But
Yeah.
we are live.
Hi, live.
Hello, live. This is Jake.
Hello, Jake.
And that's Ryan. Hello,
What's up,
Ryan.
What's up, Ryan?
You're saying hello to yourself.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Ryan.
Well,
actually, I'm more the welcome back person.
You're double welcome back.
I am double.
Yeah.
Well, I am back on our show, and it's wonderful to be back. I enjoyed my time in Bemidji. You did a wonderful job last week running the show, and you calling in your dad to be on the show. That was
I didn't call him in. He called on his own.
He called on his own.
It was an accident.
That was great.
It was a 33-minute accident.
That's a beautiful accident.
Yeah, it's a happy accident.
Happy accident.
See? Happy accident.
Oh my gosh, you are wearing a happy accident sign. I'll put that on camera here in a second. Yeah. We're actually about to bring in our other co-host. We have a female co-host tonight.
Seriously?
We do.
No way.
She's back.
Hey.
I'm not going to show it people on camera yet. I want to make them wait in anticipation. Just for a moment.
I feel like her prop, since we were talking about props, her prop should be a machete.
A machete?
Yeah. You do? Yeah. Perfect. I don't have to bring mine. Yeah, that's awesome.
Then you guys have your props and your keepsakes on the.
Yeah, and you just have nothing.
Next time I should come in wearing a red bandana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do that.
My inner nerd is so happy right now.
All right. Well, now that we got the show started, I'm going to do our quick plugs. We're down here at Will Work for Recovery at 4026 North Washington Avenue. There's a meeting down here every day. And we've got quite the audience out there today. So this is going to be a great show. I already know it. So now I'm going to spin the camera to see all of our people. We have Rambo Barbie. She's going to be on for the whole show tonight.
That's true.
And there's our wonderful Ryan. Ryan, you want to show us your hat?
No mistakes, just happy accidents.
I like it.
And then we have our first guest of the evening right there. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is David.
You got to get on that mic.
Right in the microphone.
You have to be on it.
My name is David. I'm an addict and alcoholic.
What's up, David?
Welcome, David. So how you been? What brings you down to Will Work?
Well, I come down here every Wednesday and Friday pretty much. Actually, I work here.
No.
Yeah. I work here, and it's really been a great experience out there. Tonight we were talking about relationships.
Ooh, what kind of relationships?
We were talking about relationships. So,
and like it's a good idea to have a relationship like real early in sobriety.
No, never that.
And to date the cute girl that's in the room that have
as many relationships as possible at the same time.
I found out.
Never. No, that sounds like germs.
I found out why none of my relationships never worked. You know why? Because I was in them.
Yeah, no, that's what I just said tonight. I'm the common denominator. I turn men into losers.
First one.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
First mic drop.
Yep.
So what I was thinking after listening to everybody is that maybe, and this is just me, but maybe I should form a relationship with the recovery community first.
There we go.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? I should form a relationship with the recovery community first so I can build a strong foundation. Once I have that strong foundation, I can jump off and maybe dabble in, because
dip your toes a little.
Yeah. Because, the recovery community loves us for no ulterior motive.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we get into
authentically.
Yeah. And sometimes we get into relationships, and even that person that we think is the greatest, and we think we're great too sometimes, we don't even know, our motivation. Like before, if you would ask me if I was ever selfish, I would have said, no, man, I'd get you high. I'd buy people beer, I think that once I form a relationship with a mentor or a sponsor or a home group or the recovery community, then I'm better able to have a relationship with other people. They talk about in AA, they talk about that, alcohol has a double-edged sword. At first we were smitten, we just were all dreamy about this relationship with alcohol and drugs because it made us feel like, it gave us courage. It gave us all these things that we were lacking, right? So, but later on, the other side of the sword it cut us to ribbons. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad that I have a outlet to share and to have a purpose in the recovery community. I also do a lot of other things for my mental health. I have an arms worker.
Well, you're also very active because you were just talking about being down here on Wednesdays and Fridays, and not to give away all of our anonymity, but you are also, we go to the same home group.
Yeah.
And I also see you at our Monday night big book study, where I got to give you your medallion.
Yeah, no, that was great. I was really honored. I tried to like slip underneath the radar that nobody would know. And I don't know how anybody knew, but probably.
Well, you say your sober date at our home group. So
yeah. So
I was able to stay on top of that a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, so I brought Eric over here. He's ready to come and chime in, but I just wanted to come in here because it's funny. Jake asked me last Sunday, "Hey, do you want to be on the podcast?" And when somebody asks you to do something in recovery, you got to do things that are uncomfortable and say, "Yes, I will do that."
Like that.
And not forget, though. You have to not forget.
Well, see, the thing is, on the way here, I was going, "How do I avoid Jake? How do I avoid Jake?"
no.
Yeah. So as soon as I got out of my car, I was going to tell him, "Oh, I got a headache." I came up with all these excuses, and it's funny the things that go on. And I'll just being honest, all the things that go on in your head. I'm going to be 65 years old on June 19th.
Stop.
You don't look a day over 55.
I'm going to be 65 years old, and I'm still acting like a little kid. And
There you go.
yeah.
There you go.
Well, you're young at heart then.
Yeah. So actually,
Never let that little kid die.
Actually, I'm
60 something's the new 30 something.
I'm still 13 years old. But one of the biggest things that I've learned in the recovery community is how to be emotionally sober. You know what I mean? Because before, when I was in relationships, all I did is I was emotionally charged. I was mad, I was angry, I was jealous, all these things, and I didn't even get to be myself. So anyway, I appreciate this opportunity to be here tonight, and you can tell I'm from I'm from Twig, Minnesota.
Twig.
So you
Never
can
heard of
tell that I had Canadian hockey coaches, so I still say A.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
bet. How's that
Hey.
gas? Right? A hot dish.
But I just want to thank everybody for inviting me tonight and getting me over this hump. Now I can leave here and say, "Whew, I overcame one of my fears."
Yeah,
because
round one out of the way.
And you had some pretty good stuff to share. So
yeah.
it was very valuable that you came on.
Yeah.
But as you're mentioning, like all these things you're coming up with, you got out of your truck and I literally pulled in the parking lot.
Almost hit me, but he has a car. One of these cars that senses people.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have hit me anyway.
Yeah.
But,
Must be rough.
yeah, I know. So
Wow.
anyway, thank you very much.
Well, what do you got to plug?
What do I got to plug? Like, what do you mean?
Anything you want. You can plug any home group, any place, any meeting, any.
You can plug a thought. You can plug a business.
Okay, well,
whatever you want to do.
I don't mean to be a AA thumper, but I think, we were talking about relationships, and first of all, step 3 is made a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understood him, right?
Mhm.
And then we get to work on step 4, made a searching and moral inventory of ourselves. And that's where I could see where what part I played, because when I was in relationships, I blamed everything on that person.
Mhm.
That person I blamed everything on him. But now, after working with a sponsor, I learned that I had a part to play in everything. So I kind of like eased off on that person. I learned how to forgive myself. And, it's a long, convoluted story, but basically recovery is easy, or is simple, but not easy. Thank you.
Well, thank you,
Thanks,
David. I
David.
appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks a lot. That reminds me of something.
What?
When I was new to trying to work a program, my sponsor said to me after I went on this long rant about, I don't remember exactly what it was, but about being in a relationship with a woman. I wasn't in one. He listened for maybe like 20 minutes. I just motor mouthed, and he said, first piece of sponsor, because this is day one. First piece of sponsor direction. You're not allowed. I'm a straight man. He says, you're not allowed to love a woman until you learn to love a man.
I love that. I love that so much.
I said, what? And that was the beginning of everything that I heard come out of his mouth. I just thought, this guy's a prick. Until I got to like step 6. And then I was good. Oh, what's up, man?
What's up?
What's
You
your
on
name?
that mic a little bit more.
Eric.
Eric.
Eric,
Yep.
welcome to our show.
When did you get in here? I saw you come in. When did
Yep.
you get in here?
Well, 30 seconds ago.
Nice. Did you go through the door?
Yep, went through the door.
I bet it's on camera too.
It is on camera.
What brings you here?
Dave brought me here.
Dave, I like that.
So Dave brings him
that's
here.
simple.
Yep. CPRS. Everybody should have one.
Okay.
I agree.
What's CPRS stand for?
Certified Peer Recovery Specialist.
Right
Yep.
on.
Yeah.
Do you like being here?
Currently,
You can be
this is
completely
saying-
Yeah,
honest.
be honest.
Right
You
now,
don't have to take
no.
this serious.
Right now, no. I'm still thinking of excuses not to be in here, but I'm already here. So
And not to be in here or not to be at this meeting place.
in here.
In here. That makes sense.
On the podcast.
On the podcast.
Microphones are scary.
Well,
Would you
yeah,
prefer to not be on camera?
on camera on here at all? No, I don't know. It's okay. They say, what do they say? Be vulnerable or whatever. And
Yeah, I mean they say a
Something,
lot
I
of
don't
things.
know.
I don't
I
know.
used to
Get
have one of these,
uncomfortable to get comfortable.
I used to have one of
Yeah,
these
there it is. There
prick
it is.
sponsors, as Ryan had just mentioned when he said he thought his sponsor was a prick.
Yeah.
So I used to have a similar style sponsor, and he said, "Are you gonna let fear run your life?"
Who would say something like that?
Yeah, that sounds like a sponsor or like a dad.
And the best part, I just sat there and I did no.
no,
And then you know what he did? He mocked me. He went, no. So what are you gonna do?
not let it run my life. No.
And you're not. You're here. You're on the show.
Really?
You're, what?
Really?
I live my whole life by that.
I'm sorry.
What?
I don't remember doing that. I'm so sorry.
Really?
I don't remember
I-
mocking you. I'm so sorry.
Oh God, that lives rent free in my head
I was a
because
prick.
anytime I am fearful, I replay that exact moment.
Well, I'm glad you were able to move that to be helpful in some way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah.
I apologize. I do not do that to people anymore.
Way to work a 9th step right here on the podcast, fellas.
Didn't know I had that. Didn't know I had to do that until right now. I blame you, but in a good way,
In a good
in
way.
the best way. Thank you, Eric, for bringing. I'm sorry, your name,
Eric.
Eric. Yes.
Yeah.
No. Who brought you? What was
Dave.
it? Dave. Jeez.
Our first guest.
I thought it was Eric, and then Dave. Dave was the name I couldn't remember.
Dave.
Thank you, Dave, for bringing Eric. Eric brought something up, or no, you didn't. That was from the last one. I'm
Right.
connecting these dots right now.
I see that.
This is
I
happening.
see the
This is
hamster wheel
great to
turning.
watch.
I feel like
right-
you're looking into my soul right
I
now.
kind of am.
Yeah, with her mental machete.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for you to catch up. I already know the thought line. I'm just waiting for you to spit it out, bud.
One thing I was taught is
That's good.
do one of these.
Yeah.
That works really well when I got a microphone in front of you. You're supposed to be a co-host of a podcast. Just stop talking.
So Eric, do you want us to get into some nitty gritty with you, or would you like a nice warm up question from Ryan?
I have a warm-up question.
Warm up questions, fine.
All right. Since the time of year, what's your favorite thing to do in the summer?
Frisbee golf,
Oh,
softball.
What's your favorite frisbee golf course?
Right now, well, if you're talking about a free course, it's the one off of in Fridley, off of what's that, East River Road right there, right
Okay.
off of the river.
I'm familiar with that course, actually.
Yeah, that's it. It's a good one.
I used to live next to that course.
Anybody ever play Kaposia? That's a big one. Kaposia Park for disc golf.
No, I've played a pretty nice paid one out in like Edina,
Mhm.
but
Oh, of course, out in Edina,
yeah,
paid.
paid.
Fancy.
I think my favorite free course is Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
All
nice
the
one.
trees and stuff like that. It's very serene, but also it's you get to try some new types of throws, and
Yeah,
so I really like that one. And there's a creek.
yeah.
Can't go wrong with the creek.
What do you do in the creek?
Unless the golf goes in the creek.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, what do I do in the creek? If
Yeah.
you're me playing that course, you're going in the creek to find
your disc.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you wear water shoes or no socks.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
smart.
Typically, a few times, take the shoes and socks off,
Mm-hmm.
go wadding.
Because you got to do something ridiculous in recovery, otherwise we wouldn't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah, you got to have fun in the most ridiculous way that you can describe to people later. Like I did this stupid sounding thing, and look at me, I'm still sober.
Still sober.
I hit a ball sober.
So tell me about a time that you had a ridiculous did ridiculous things in recovery.
Time that I did ridiculous things. Right now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
everybody's ridiculous is going to be different.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's why we're Rule 62. We're not going to take ourselves too seriously on this show, right?
Yeah.
Are you a morning or
Exactly.
night person?
I'm a morning person.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't mind getting up and having some coffee.
What time do you like to wake up?
About 5:30.
Jeez,
I wake up at 5 usually, and it's not by choice.
Just yeah.
I wake up like 6 or 7 times, and I have a sleep study coming up. Like my
Okay.
sleep is so bad, and I wake up like in a panic every time. And I wake up like solidly 5 to 7 times a night, and it's getting worse. So by the time 5-6 o'clock rolls around, me and Jesus are awake.
Damn.
I have difficulty waking up at the crack of 8:30.
Yeah, you do.
Shit.
Gosh, I wish I could sleep that late.
Yeah.
You know what? I took a nap today. I haven't done that in years without feeling incredibly guilty. I am so happy today because I woke up at 5 and I was just like, what the hell is happening? Because no daughter slept over last night. So I woke up at 5. What the hell? And I was just like awake. And then I was able to go back to sleep at like 8:30 or 8 or something like that. And I woke up and I didn't feel guilty. And I was like, this is awesome.
So what was different?
I don't want to say on the air.
Oh, right on. I respect that.
Now I'm super curious, but I'll respect
I know,
the
me too.
not on the
I'm
air
gonna
thing.
ask afterwards for sure.
Yeah, feel free.
So Eric, what tell me, you and I have known each other for a little while,
Yeah.
and not everything has been easy for you, right?
Not exactly. No.
So how are things going now?
Things are actually going a lot better now. Took me a little bit to get over the the guilt and shame of being in recovery and not making it.
Well, you
but-
did made it. You're here.
Well, I made it here. I'm talking about
Not everybody makes it back.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And just the other day, I lost another friend, to this addiction. So,
How are you handling that?
I think very well. I mean, in the past, I'd not be here right now.
Sure.
Getting loaded. This time, being in sobriety, I was able to not only be there for my friends and the family, I also was able to help pay for part of the funeral. So
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really awesome. So yeah, like you said, you're staying part of life right now.
yeah, exactly.
How much continuous sobriety do you have right now today?
Let's see. I have a nice handy dandy.
You got
little,
the app?
Yeah, little app
Yeah.
that helps me
Handy dandy notebook.
keep track of it.
Backpack. Oh wait, that was Dora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Still a kid show.
7 months, 23 days, 6 hours, 28 minutes.
Nice.
Okay. So I'm gonna remember the 7 months part. At 7 months of sobriety, if you were a color, what color would you be?
Gold.
Nice.
Nice.
Love it.
Working hard.
You got
Mhm.
anything you want to plug? It can be anything. It can be your favorite fast food restaurant. It can be your favorite meeting.
I love
something-
steak, Meraki Sober Homes.
There we
you
go.
Rocky Sober Homes.
Love it.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate you coming on the show and getting over this fear. It was tremendous, and I hope you'll come back.
Maybe. I can't promise that, but
It was nice to have
You
you
did
on.
great for your first time.
I like the honesty
Thank
a
you.
lot. A lot.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate the honesty on the show.
Yeah.
So, well, now Ray's going to get us our next guest. Barbie, how I ran into you at the Gopher State.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of good food. A lot of fun. I feel like this microphone is in a weird spot.
You can adjust it
Okay, where? How? 'Cause it's-
however you wish.
How do you make it go? Oh, look at that's fancy.
You like that spot better?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm facing the door and I don't know how to make it go this way. And have a tendency to break things. So I just don't want to touch it too much.
I also have a tendency to break things, but I also had learned a long time ago it's just stuff.
You know, I have to just, it's because it's so pressing in my brain. What David had said about him being the common denominator, I had that realization like a week and a half ago that like I turn men into losers and they never have jobs. They lose their house. It's maybe had a kid or a dog that's gone. Like we're living in a dumpster or a bag. And like, I just turn men into losers. And my ex was like, no, I mean, all us men, we have choices, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but like some of you had jobs when when we started and then they don't and turn into weirdos worse. And I discovered I'm the common denominator. So I probably got no business being in a relationship. And there's a reason, folks, that they say do not date somebody in treatment with you specifically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Don't date.
I
someone
tested
in
the
treatment.
waters just so everyone knows. Like recently, it's not a good idea. Don't do it, please. Just
No, don't date someone in. I've never
date a plant.
seen or even heard of that
Sewage
working
waters.
out.
Yeah, it's like dating in the sick pond, right? Yeah, no,
Hey, we
I
got a
mean-
new guest.
we do.
Where?
Hi.
What's up?
You want to get a little closer on that mic?
Okay.
Who do we have?
I'm Malia.
Malia?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. And I
Thank you.
believe, if I remember correctly, you raised your hand. This is your first time here, right?
Yes. So I've heard about Willworks forever, but I never got a chance to come and check it out. I work nights.
Okay.
Um,
So you're
So-
normally sleeping right now.
no, I'm at work right now.
Oh,
Second
But
shift.
yeah. So I teach.
you teach.
What do you teach?
Yeah, I teach phlebotomy.
Oh
So-
my
That's
wow!
blood
Say that
drawing, right?
again. Say that again.
I teach phlebotomy.
And first,
so-
so for people that don't know what that is,
That's
I
blood drawing.
teach people how to draw blood.
Yeah,
okay.
So
I know how to do that, but not professionally.
I know. I mean, yeah,
Not yet.
I'm
Th-
really
yeah.
good. I'm really good.
I bet yeah, me too, but only on myself.
Yeah.
I have had a lot of people try to draw blood on me or try to stick a needle like at hospitals.
Do you bend the needles too?
No, they miss. The needle
Oh,
misses. I was told by this
I hate
old
that word.
nurse.
Miss. Do I hate it? I'm sorry.
I was told by this old nurse who she had to stick me. Usually it's 3 times from most. You have thicker skin and a lot of valves, and it's just hard to find a good spot. And every time I think I'm in there, then it just doesn't go in the vein. But then one came in and this she was like an expert, and she just there. You see?
Are
And
you
then
an
just walked
expert?
out.
So that's why you
am,
teach.
I am,
teaches
yeah,
it,
Yeah.
right? Like,
yeah. No, I'm gonna say I'm good. I
so
don't
what got
bangs
you
the
off
butt.
tonight?
So I get a week off every month in between classes.
Okay, so this
So,
is
yeah.
your week.
Yeah, this is my
So
week.
this is a treat for us.
Yeah, and it's a
Love it.
treat for me too. I'm really glad I came.
Yeah. So what ended up making you decide that will work tonight on your week off?
An housemate.
Okay.
Yeah, she asked if I wanted to go, and I'm like, yeah.
All right. So how do you
Yeah.
like it so far?
I really like it. Everybody I've met here is great. It's fun. A lot to look at.
And who bullied you to come on the podcast?
You.
I didn't think I
you
bullied.
You didn't
Yeah.
bully. I just raised my hand. I thought it would be fun.
Yeah.
Try something new. I mean, that's what recovery is, rediscovering yourself and, taking those risks or things that you were always so afraid to do or never wanted to do, or you just had to hide in your
Mhm.
addiction.
Mhm.
I don't have to hide anymore. I'm right here. I'm right now. I can do whatever. I could go skydiving if I wanted to, but
Oh
I'm
my
not.
gosh. Why?
Would
Ryan,
you though?
you
Like,
go.
do it.
Why
Okay.
not?
Yeah, Ryan's gone skydiving
Twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm afraid of heights.
me
but-
too. Yeah, no.
But I
I-
could still do it
you
if I
know,
wanted to. But
I've gone skydiving twice, and each time it's been with a different person who's afraid of heights, and they've been in recovery.
really,
Yeah,
Ah.
it's not an uncommon
Wait,
thing.
are you a skydiving instructor now?
No,
Okay,
I'm
good.
not.
We'll
Wow.
start with zip lines first and then work our way.
That sounds
Yeah.
scarier, actually.
Does it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
as
skydiving, you're
high.
on tandem. You're not controlling.
Oh, true.
And
True.
you have to go through things. I don't know what those things are, but there's things you have to go through
Things and stuff.
to go solo.
Okay.
This way, you're not controlling it. You're just doing exactly what you're told, which is just, okay, move your legs forward. Okay, put your legs out. Here we go. Boom. Then we go. And then you just have to put your legs and your arms back like this. And then
That made
then
me
you
want to
Just
throw up.
pulls the
scream.
cord. No.
Yeah.
Listen, the IOP that I graduated from last August, they give you a tattoo for graduating and or a dog tag, and they give you the opportunity and pay for a skydiving trip. You could not pay me. No, there's not enough money in the world. No, absolutely not.
Never
Not
say
Are
unless
you
never.
gonna let fear?
Yes,
control
I
you?
am. Abs 100. Yep. I'll live in a box. Listen, I hung out in the bathtub for a real long time
Never
for
say
no
never.
reason.
As long as you're breathing, there's a chance.
No.
Yeah, you know what
There's
never is? So I was taught this in recovery. The term never is putting handcuffs on God.
Okay, well, God, I will never jump out of a plane willingly on my own, but not even if there's a fire. But if you push me out, that's a different story.
There'll be somebody in your back pushing you out.
Yeah.
They better not.
No, they'll be
No.
on your back
Yeah,
strapped to
also-
you. You'll be strapped to their front.
Also, I don't run. Not even if there's cops behind me. I don't care.
If I'm running, please kill whatever's chasing me.
Not me. I'm gonna let it eat.
No,
me.
I'm going to be
Aren't
faster
you
than
gonna
you.
run to the bathroom?
Because if
You got me.
Yeah.
You got me. I will trot to the bathroom quickly. Yes. Mhm.
gallop.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you were in a you have a housemate. You're
Yeah,
currently in
so-
sober living.
Yeah. So I have been sober 2 years, 9 months, 24 days.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's a
you.
good
But who's
start.
counting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I happened to look at that this morning and I was like, yeah. But I was a house manager, and with New Way closing and all the other stuff that was going on, she decided to close her doors. So I'm looking for another house manager position, but it's kind of hard to do right now.
Get with me after.
Okay.
Mhm.
Problem solved.
Okay.
Yeah,
Problem
you,
solved
you show up here.
immediately.
You not only do you get your first experience being on a show and you also get connections.
Yeah.
I have
So-
somebody
Good
that's
idea.
looking for a few.
Okay.
Oh,
Ryan, what do you got on your list over there?
I got a lot of things on my list. What list? This list? Of
That
my
list.
hand?
The list in your hand that you were staring at. Well,
It's my cheat sheet.
The camera can't read that.
I don't want the camera to read it. It's my cheat sheet. I'm just showing that I'm not coming up with these on my own.
Are you
I don't want credit.
gonna ask me something?
I am going to ask you something. If you could instantly be an expert in a subject, what would it be?
Oh, quantum physics.
I love that.
Wow.
I'm gonna go big or go home.
There you
Yeah.
go.
know?
You know what that makes me want to call you?
What?
Iron Man.
All right.
Because I'm a nerd.
He is a nerd. He loves. He's very big into Marvel.
Yeah, I am.
He is.
That's
And
okay.
not just because of the movies. That just makes it better to be a Marvel fan.
Yeah, I remember distinctly, like when, they were making movies, like, but Iron Man 2 was coming out, and you looked at me and you said, "You're going to Iron Man 2 with me," and I said, "I haven't
Did
seen
I?
and I said I didn't see Iron Man 1, and you said you don't care."
Yeah.
So I went to see Iron Man 2 with him, and as we left, he goes, "Oh, that's even better the third time."
Listen, if somebody has like a pacemaker put into them, doesn't that automatically make them like the living version of Iron Man? And I only asked this because I got a heart diagnosis and it said possible pacemaker, which I'm not convicted of. However,
Convicted.
yeah, I'm not. I have
Interesting
enough
choice of
felonies.
word.
I have enough felonies. I don't need a heart one as well. Anyway, but like, wouldn't that be like kind of true? Like, if you had like a pacemaker, something running you would be like Iron Man, really?
You know, kind of,
I
but
think you would.
kind of, except for it's not something that's keeping shrapnel away from your heart.
Bionic Man.
Be honest.
Yeah, but it is shrapnel in your heart. So like,
Yeah, but it's not keeping it away. You have shrapnel in your heart then.
So
hmm,
we're
Yeah.
You're not
Wonder
Iron
does-
Man. You're actually you're closer to Wolverine.
anti-Iron Man.
all right, nerds. We have to give our guests their opportunity to
Oh,
plug.
Oh,
sorry about that.
geez.
To
I'm so
what?
sorry.
What do you want to plug? You
What
can
do-
plug anything.
what
your
do you-
favorite
wh-
meeting, your favorite steakhouse.
Why
you know,
steakhouse
I-
specifically?
I'm just throwing
Favorite
something out there.
restaurant. You can plug a feeling. You can plug anything you want.
Um,
Anything you can think of. Sky's the limit.
you know, I am just discovering who I am and what I like in a whole new different level. I've been an addict all my life. So I don't know. I don't have a favorite restaurant yet. I want to go. I'm still trying them all. But I can tell you I love calamari.
What's
Nice.
your favorite kind of food?
Calamari. Well,
Seafood?
Yeah.
Like specifically shellfish, or because
No,
that's
just-
not shellfish. But
No, that's not shell. That's squid.
yeah,
No, I like it all. I like it all. Obviously, I think I've gained 100 pounds since I got into recovery, but
Just more to love.
yeah, it's just part of recovery.
Yep, it can be for sure.
Now we're gonna work on that addiction. Yeah.
The nice thing, you live in a city with a lot of water, so there's a lot of diversity, which means there's a lot of good restaurants.
Yes,
Mhm.
a ton,
Mhm.
a ton.
And not cities. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
that's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
If
No,
I could make any suggestion, try Ethiopian.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, Jake, we're
Okay.
still getting
Yes.
Ethiopian together, right?
Yes.
Thank you for reminding me. I'm so
all
excited.
right. All right.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the
You're
show. I
welcome.
know that you'll probably be drawing blood next week and
Yeah.
so on. But when you
Yeah.
have the opportunity to join us again, will you come back?
Yes, I will.
Awesome.
I will.
I look forward to it.
Okay.
And EJ gave you some of her information.
All right.
So
Perfect.
everything's going well. Thank you again for coming on the show.
You're
And
welcome.
Ray will get us our next one.
When you're stabbing people in the arm, think of Jake.
All right. I will. You got good veins because we have friends with Family Day.
Well, not exactly.
No, I just want you to think of Jake while you're stabbing somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll make it
Awesome.
more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah.
That was a good one. I know I didn't think we'd have a phlebotomist.
I've never heard of that until right now.
I had, but I just wanted the other people to know what it meant. Lobotomist. Yeah, I like to pretend like I'm a professional, but I'm not.
I thought I heard lobotomist, and I was gonna say, "Wow,
That would have been cool. I feel like.
that's
Could you
one way
imagine?
to attempt to remove your alcoholism."
Oh, but
What if you missed the first time or get the wrong chunk?
oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Oh, hi there. What's going on?
What's up?
Well, welcome to Rule 62.
Well, hello.
You got to get a little closer on that mic, like it owes you money,
There you go.
just
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Who do we have?
Logan.
Logan?
Yeah.
Logan, welcome to our show.
Welcome.
What-
Welcome. Thank you.
Well, I feel welcome now.
Yeah, I
This
do
is
as
great.
well.
Because I haven't welcomed him at all. I just said, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah.
That was it.
That's it. That was the first time I was welcome tonight.
I didn't hug him. I didn't
Okay.
look at him and smile at all until the podcast started. And
Whatever. I
was forced to.
welcomed you when I hugged you.
You did.
Yeah.
We hugged.
Yeah.
We did.
Wow.
Hey, what's up, bud?
What's up?
What brings you to Will Work tonight?
My CPR, my arena brought me.
Somebody made you come?
No.
Oh,
I just wanted to come.
okay. There we go.
Yeah. I wanted to come.
So they physically drove you.
Yes.
Okay, that's what you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you looked way too happy to be here for somebody to have forced you,
yeah.
unless you figured it out tonight. And
Oh, that would've been good, yeah.
that echoed. And I was gonna be like, tell us what you figured out. But also, you're really happy. Tell us what you figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you figured out?
Nothing really.
I like that.
What?
I've-
Simple.
I've
Simple.
never done this before, so
Mhm.
it's
Haven't done
Well, that's
what
fine.
before?
We're just chit
saying
chatting.
whatever.
Oh, being on a podcast show.
yeah.
Yeah, we're just chit chatting.
Just
Yeah.
a couple of pals chatting it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Rule 62. We don't take ourselves too seriously. So
Mhm.
No, I wouldn't be here if we did.
yeah, we don't we don't have to take any of this too seriously.
If you can't laugh at yourself, what's the point, really?
Yeah.
I encourage others to laugh at me too, because
do.
I enjoy laughing
I laugh
at me.
at him.
I like laughing at you as well.
Good. I am my favorite person to laugh at. Other people should have that joy too.
You know what? That's crazy. I'm my favorite person to laugh at too. I think I should be a comedian, but other people don't really think I'm that funny. I
You
don't think.
you would be up there, doubled
I think
over.
you're-
I would be, and I'd be the only one laughing.
If I was in the audience, I'd be laughing at you.
I'd
Oh my
be
gosh, that
laughing at
reminds
your
me.
laughter.
That reminds me of a funny story, but I'll tell you later.
So Logan, what have you figured out that makes you smile so much?
Trying new stuff.
Okay, like what? What have you tried?
Well, I like pickleball a lot.
Really?
I love
Hmm.
pickleball.
You're good at it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna lie.
Yeah, I've seen I've seen a
Toot,
lot of these
toot.
courts starting to pop up.
Mhm.
They put one in last summer, right next to my house, and then this year, as I was going by it, there was just packed courts. Like, and they've only got like 4 courts,
Oh wow.
and everyone was being used, and there's people sitting in the parking lot waiting for a spot to open up. So it's growing huge in popularity.
Yeah, it is. If you go to St. Louis Park, you can put your paddle in a pin, and once that court's up, and if you're next, then you play on the court.
Okay.
So I've learned a lot of pickleball from Sam. So yeah,
So is pickleball something that you
I enjoy
used to
it.
do, or is this something that you discovered in recovery?
I discovered it in recovery.
Really?
Yeah, I discovered it last year when I moved here.
Okay.
Are you in the league?
No,
Are there leagues? I'm
There
sure
are.
there are.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Do you want to join a league?
No,
Not. Why not?
You should though. Like, you're good. Like you should.
because every time I play with someone, I don't ever win.
Oh,
I don't even think that I've won one game yet.
Yeah, but you're good though. So I don't think it's about winning though. You know?
Yeah, you're having a great time.
well,
Yeah,
so you're winning.
yeah. It's just I like get too hard on myself. So when I don't win, I get mad.
you know, I get mad when I don't. I used to when I don't win at things like that. But that would also focus me really hard, and I would want to play whoever was beating me as much as possible. So I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna get better,
Mhm.
and eventually, I beat him once, and then I go play other people, and they can't touch me. That's how it works.
That works. That is how it works.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How,
In video games and real life.
yep. And recovery for me.
Oh yeah, that too.
I,
Yeah.
s- I spent a lot of time around people who could talk circles around me and would correct me constantly. And then I figured out when I started going to other meetings, I actually know some things. I was able to communicate some things with people.
Mhm.
So I felt for a long time, and this was an epiphany that happened later, but I felt like I wasn't getting it. But I was also told, don't leave 15 minutes before the miracle happens.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. That's true.
So I just every time I wanted to leave, but then a miracle didn't happen exactly the way I thought it should. I was like, well, it must not have been as bad as it needed to be. So I'll just stick around and wait. And eventually I was like, wow, all that work I did for 10 years, that was a miracle. And then they just kept happening, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, pickleball, yes, it's obviously putting a smile on your face.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, you
You-
mentioned you came up here sometime last year, right?
Yeah. I came up here. I got here May 21st
Of
Oh, wow.
24.
of 24th.
I
Okay.
remember your first meeting out here when you came.
Yeah, I
Out
did
here.
too. I was scared. I was like, what is happening?
So did you move up here to get sober, or did you move up here and then get sober?
No, I was in treatment before I moved up here. So I moved up here to get more recovery.
Okay.
And
So where did you move from?
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where in Texas?
Central West Texas, called Abilene, Texas.
I'm
Abilene.
Yeah.
I know
Isn't
Abilene.
there a
I mean, I haven't
song?
been to Abilene.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a song about every city in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a song.
There's always songs about cities in
Yeah.
Texas.
So how do you like Minnesota so far?
It's good. Y'all's winter is
It was mild. So
It was
this
mild?
winter you just experienced is very mild.
oh,
Yeah, this one
okay.
was pretty mild. The one before that was even worse.
Even more mild.
I remember asking Logan, so what do you think about Minnesota? And the response was, it's cold.
Oh, it was not bad. I didn't have to bring out the big coat.
It's
at
a
all
lot
this
more
year.
cold than Texas, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't like being cold, but y'all's it was
Well,
but I've
make
never
clothes
seen
for
so
it.
much snow in my life either.
And this
so.
was like,
This was really
Mild.
an off
Mm.
year.
Yeah.
we didn't even get that much snow. And I'm not even from here, but no.
I
Yeah.
mean, to me, I thought y'all got a lot of
Yeah.
snow. So
There was a year we had so much snow that it collapsed the roof of the sports facilities.
The
Oh, I
Metrodome.
remember
I
that.
think I remember reading that.
Yeah, I think we got it was like 28 inches overnight.
Well,
Oh wow.
that wasn't necessarily because of that. That's because of how they were clearing it, though. They were using a fire hose to clear off snow for like a decade and a half.
Just weakening it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what that's it's like. We have a dome roof. Let's use a fire hose to clear
Oh.
off snow. You know,
I mean, it makes sense to me.
it doesn't to me.
It doesn't, I know.
It
But
it sounds like it's going to erode it.
yeah.
well, that makes too much sense. Of course, we should try that.
Yeah, to me that sounds like the whiskey and the milk story. It
Oh,
didn't burn
yeah.
us this time, so I'm going to keep doing it.
That didn't seem to bother me, so I thought I'd try again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And that worked, so I did it again and then again.
And I felt like I wasn't being too smart, but I reassured myself that I wasn't on an empty stomach.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
the part that doesn't get focused on a lot is how full he had to be. How many sandwiches did he order? Because he ordered a sandwich with every glass of milk and whiskey.
He did. I
Yeah.
missed that part. I got the milk and the whiskey part, but we literally just read this recently, and I've read that story a few times, and I don't remember the sandwiches ever.
So I ordered another sandwich and another glass of milk.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And poured another shot
right.
of whiskey or whatever amount it was. And I'm just
I
like,
see
I'm reading
you
this.
have an NA hat, so you are
Yes.
probably a little bit confused as to what we're talking about.
I mean,
Or if you know, then that's fine. You can. I can be corrected easily.
I mean, I got an A hat just because I like NA.
Okay.
And
Are you familiar with the whiskey and the milk story?
No.
This
I'm
fool, this fool goes to
It's in the big book of
yeah,
AA.
it is. But
Oh,
this
of AA.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's in the AA book. But so Logan, our time here has
Mhm.
come to, but you get to plug whatever you want before you leave.
What do you mean
Oh.
plug?
So you can plug your favorite meeting or a sober house or a treatment facility or your favorite restaurant or
or a good feeling,
A good
anything you can think
feeling.
of.
Um,
Sky's
or
the
a
limit.
saying that you like.
I like Will Work for Recovery. I think I'm gonna make this my home group.
There
Nice.
you
Right
go.
on.
There you go.
Right
There you
on.
go.
A lot of fun happens here.
Thanks for coming on the show,
Thanks for
Logan.
coming, Logan. We hope to see you again on Rule 62. What?
Whiskey and the milk.
Whiskey in the milk.
Whiskey and the milk.
I love
Disgusting.
I love that story.
See, like people.
Oh my
joke
gosh,
about
my
that.
hero just walked in the room.
People talk about like how gross that is and like, I can't believe anybody ever did whiskey in the milk. And I'm like, dude, I definitely did like those cinnamon toast crunch shots at one
Ugh.
point where they put the cinnamon whiskey into
Fireball and
rum
rum
chata.
chata.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I
Same
never
thing.
I tried a mixed drink one time actually. I thought it was a waste of time. I didn't like give me the thing straight. I'm taking up this was my thought. I'm taking up room in my stomach. This is valuable real estate in here, and I'm giving it to Coke or Dr. Pepper or whatever I put in there with the alcohol. No thanks. That's not going to work for me.
Oh, you're high maintenance.
Yeah, I was kind of bougie.
You are.
We have
Who do
another
we
guest.
have? We do have a new guest.
Hello.
You
Closer
got to
to
get
the-
on that mic.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're mad at it.
Or like you're a fan of it.
Same thing.
Okay.
I don't know. Because if I'm mad at the mic, I'm going to be back here. That's how I've never understood that, Jake. I'm sorry.
You never like want
No,
to argue with
and
somebody
this
face
this
to
is
face?
how I no, I don't want to argue with somebody this close when I don't like them. Absolutely
I
not.
sure do.
I do too.
Okay, well,
Perfect.
then
So
that
my
makes-
analogy worked.
Yeah, I guess I'm the odd man out here because that's never made sense, and I decided to say something now.
So who do we have?
My name's Raina. I'm an addict.
Hi,
Raina.
Raina. Welcome to the show. Is this your first time on our show?
This show, yes.
This show.
Yeah.
You've been on the
I've-
Friday show
yeah.
before.
I was on March with Forrest Green.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what took you what are we is this our fifth show?
I don't know.
What took you 5 shows to come on?
Well, I'll say
You can
that-
say whatever you want. It's
I'll
not gonna
say
hurt my
this,
feelings.
and it's not that I didn't. I have been coming to Will Work for Recovery avidly, religiously for 3.5 years, and recently I decided it was a good idea to get into a relationship,
Which was our topic tonight.
and I got distracted from what was the most important thing in my life, and that's my recovery. And so now I am feeling the after effects of how awful it is to walk into a relationship when you're unhealed.
Mhm.
I thought, I've got some time under my belt. I can do this. This will be great. And turns out that I'm still a catastrophe. So, anyway, long story short, it took me that long because I had to come back to what I know is the most important thing. And I'm here again. I'm not the same as I was.
But you survived a distraction.
Yeah, I did.
So that's a powerful tool and a powerful experience that you have that you can pass on to somebody else.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I've really talked about it.
Oh.
Well, outside of this room, I kind of decided it was just going to come out. So
Okay.
yeah.
Obviously been on your mind a little bit. Then.
Well, always,
Yeah.
all the time. I'm still processing. I've decided recently that it was time to get a sponsor and do some step work, which I've never done.
How's that going?
how recent is it?
A couple days.
Okay.
Oh.
So how's that going, Jake?
Well,
We don't know yet.
A couple days. I reached out to a friend who decided that that's what I was going to do, and so instead of just ignoring it, I started doing it, and I was bored at work. And so I started writing a 4-step that I 8 pages later, just on this one topic, like I'm not going to look at all the stuff back here yet. So this is just this one recent thing that I'm doing, and to put it all on paper and see it and look at it and turn it over and look at it again and see it and really think about it, like outside of my brain, was therapeutic. I'm still working on the second 2 columns. I haven't done those yet. But yeah, I wrote it all down and then I stapled it all around the outside so nobody can look inside of it.
I love you so much. That is awesome.
Because I have yet to process it with my sponsor. She's just giving me instructions over the phone because that's all time will allow for.
Okay.
Right now, so
Okay.
So what about any positive experiences going on for you?
positive experiences. Well, I'm here.
You got that house?
Oh yeah.
Did you just get a house?
Well, it's rental. But
So
yeah.
what? You went from a garbage can roll.
It was a cardboard dumpster.
Well, still, dude, you got a
That's
place
high.
now.
So like,
I mean, like a cardboard dumpster is still like, $200,000 in California. So
Good. Good. Good God. Good God.
no, like when I've told my story in the past, I use for effect, I'll tell people, I was a meth junkie, and one of the last places I was shooting meth was in a cardboard dumpster on the east side, and it's the truth. And so she wants to bring it up, and that's where I was 3.5 years
Because I'm
ago.
so proud of you. You have a house now. Like you're doing stuff that like you
But
probably
you understand the stress that comes. Like I don't know, man.
I mean, like the problems, like, so I've heard before from other people, like the problems that you'll get in recovery. I used to pray for those.
yeah.
that's fair. And
Yeah.
Like I remember there was a time where it's like I was very brand new sober. I think within the first month, because I was still sweaty, right? Like I was still sweating from being on whatever, right? And I am sitting here thinking, God, it'd be really great if I wasn't sweating, and waiting until my next Suboxone dose and all these other things. It's like I really wish I could just worry about, did the water get paid?
Well, I can see that, and part of what my sponsor is doing with me is making me write down my gratefuls every morning, and sometimes it's easier than other times.
Mhm.
And like you're saying, like my problems sober, I used to pray for these problems.
Yeah.
Like I used to pray for somewhere to sleep at night. I used to pray for something to eat.
But yeah, so now you've got your own place and you've got, your own stuff inside the place and you're able to come on and laugh and giggle about your experiences, even though that they might've sucked at the time.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a learning curve.
It's a bright beacon for somebody
Yeah.
who is looking at you saying like, I can't wait to get to that point.
I'm still looking at you saying I can't wait to that. Because she told me some serious stuff and I'm not going to share it, but all I could think last night when you told me that was I still love you and I still think that you're my hero and you still have a bright, shiny cape on. I know that you don't see it, but I still see it. I'm so proud of you. And you show me that even with the things, even with the distractions, even with the bad decisions that we still make sometimes that aren't the best for us, you're still here. You're still humble. You're still you and you're still of service, even if you don't want to be. And that's a big damn deal. It's a big deal. And I still look at you with hopeful eyes.
As somebody who didn't start working the steps or have a sponsor that I actually worked with after being sober for a few years, just don't stop. That's it.
It's
Yeah,
honestly the only relief that I've found in the last few weeks is to be able to see it on paper and look at it.
It can be there's going to be times that you want to run away. It can be a permanent relief though. Like it can be a part of our subconscious, and it can turn into a reaction, and then before you know it, you're just, wait a minute, I haven't done insert statement here, or I haven't thought about insert thought here
Right.
in I don't even know how long, because it's no longer important. I don't know how long I haven't thought about this or wanted to do this. Cool. I can't remember when the last time I thought about getting loaded was. I can't remember when the last time I really cared about if like if somebody liked whether or not I was holding them accountable. I can't remember the last time that I was worried about whether or not everybody liked me.
And I live by that principle. Like,
And speaking of which, Heather Young says these are two of her favorite ladies.
Oh, she's one of my favorite ladies too. Her and
right
Rita.
back at you,
Nice.
babe.
Yeah.
You know, like I when I work with women and disciple them and try to teach and lead them, I talk a lot about, you know, not being affected by what other people think about me. You know, I learned those things like here in my mind, and then
Mhm.
my heart got involved. And so I'm just a little bit off. That's all. You know what I mean?
get it.
And
I get
like
it.
it takes 21 days to form a habit. And so doing these things like the gratefuls and the steps and all the things I have not worked into my recovery at this point,
Mhm.
I think, you know, with practice, they become first nature, like you were
And
describing.
you're allowed
They
to
can, yeah.
complain the entire step of the way as long as you do it.
And
Right.
you also don't have to believe that anything your sponsor says is going to work. If you do it, you get the same results.
I frequently tell my sponsor off, and then
Wait,
she's
so
like,
wait,
"But you're going to
seriously?
do it anyway, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Wait,
you're
did
still-
you just
yeah.
say I don't have to believe that it'll work and it'll still work?
As long
Yep.
as you do it. You don't
What
have
did
to
you
believe
tell
them.
me when I got clean at first? Here's my belief in you till you believe in yourself. And I didn't believe it, and I didn't believe in your belief, but I believed in something, and your belief was what I believed in for a little bit. And so, yeah, by proxy, yes.
That's the essence of step 2 right there.
Well, I do have to I
Working
do
the
have to
steps without knowing.
I do have to spin the carousel again, but before you go, you can plug anything you want.
Sky's the limit.
Plug anything I want.
Imagination is the limit. It can be a thought, a feeling. It can be a place. It can be something in recovery. It can be a business. It can be a person in your life. It can be anything you want. It can be a cartoon character.
Oh man. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
There we go.
Yes. Yes.
Love that. Love that.
I hope you come back on the show.
Also, I have to say, I noticed your sweatshirt. I have a shirt that says "Good Vibes Only," and it has Mr. Rogers on it, and it makes me feel warm.
Fantastic. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully you come back. Maybe we didn't scare this one away.
Oh, can I see what's on the back?
And this is on camera. It's a
It's
bear.
a little bear. That's fantastic.
It's like
and
the,
it's
the
pink,
Cookie Grams
and
bear.
it's got blue. My daughter would love that. Those are her 2 favorite colors.
Does she like bears?
Mine too.
She likes cute things, and she likes blue and pink in that order.
Me
In
too.
that order. Got it.
I think all girls do, though.
I don't know about no.
Well, maybe not all girls.
She had somebody at her birthday party that said yellow was her favorite color, and then they didn't have to argue over who got to hold the marshmallow stick with the blue on it.
Oh,
And then my daughter got the blue one, and her friend got the yellow one.
perfect.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that
great.
worked out really well.
It did.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up?
You got to get
Right
a
on the
little
microphone.
closer on that mic.
Oh, my bad.
No
There you
worries.
go.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we could hear you, but they couldn't. Whoever they is.
So, what brings you to Will Work?
Man, this place saved my life, honestly. I mean, I was lost. I remember I used to come back when it was at the other place. Like, I literally used to be in and out of these rooms. I'd sometimes be here high, falling asleep, you know, till I finally got it. I ended up going to prison, and then I just made a conscious decision to change my life. And since I've been out, you know, I had stepped away from a while, but now I'm back, and I come a lot more every week.
What made you step away?
Honestly, because there's a lot of gossip at times and politics and things like that, and I'm not into any of that. And
Yeah.
now I feel like now I don't care about all that because I'm here for me.
Right.
I don't care what anybody feels about me or what they say about me. I'm doing this for me, no one else.
There was a lot of gossip going on tonight, and they said that you were going to come on our show.
Oh, hello, big
Yeah.
dog in the flesh.
You know what I feel about you?
What's up?
You got a short sleeve shirt with a hood. That's what I feel.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I almost wore my short sleeve shirt with a hood, but it says "trust no one," and I'm trying to like get away from that. Like, if I want to be like a beacon of hope for other ladies, I shouldn't wear abrasive, aggressive shit that's just like "fuck off" and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
So the other choice is Hello Kitty, obviously.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
why we love Rambo Barbie.
I really want you to have a machete. every time I hear Rambo Barbie.
I do have a
Yes,
machete.
yes.
I do have a machete for
Okay.
real. And I have a bone saw in my car. I will bring it next time to show you. I live on the north side
Uh-huh.
and I'm tiny. I am like easily kidnappable. So I have tiny
I
weaponry.
don't think you're easily kidnappable.
Well, I'm a spaz, dude. I will
yeah,
mess-
you're that's
That's
not
what makes
easy.
it
No,
difficult.
No,
Yeah, well.
you would. I would think everybody would be frightened to kidnap you.
I hear that I am intimidating a lot, but I'm like so nice. Like I will light myself on fire so that you're warm and if you're not even
And-
cold.
and
Hi,
that's not
Fabian.
that's not intimidating at all.
Did we actually
like
get
you
your
so
name?
much.
Did we
Like-
actually get your introduction?
Yeah, I'm Fabian, but you can call me Big Dog.
Big
Fabian?
dog.
Big Dog.
Big Dog Fabian.
Who just barked?
Me.
That was you. Okay, I couldn't tell where it came
might
from.
have
been
because
me.
It was in here.
It might have been me. It was Jake.
It could have been.
Jake.
So, Mr. Fabian,
Yes.
you mentioned that you were in here for a little bit and then you had left and you had served some time.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been out?
I've been out a little over 2 years now.
That's not a bad start.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So, you've been coming, and how long have you been coming back?
Since day one.
Since day one. So, you got 2 years coming back here.
Well, I stopped coming for about 8 months or so during that 2 year period. Like I said, it was just a lot of toxicity and all the rooms. You know what I mean? That's not me.
Did you go anywhere else during that time, or did you just step away
No,
altogether?
honestly, to be honest with you, so I do commercial roofing and I work from sun up to sundown. You
Yeah.
know, so it's just kind of hard to really find a balance to be able to, you know, when I get off work, to be able to still make time for these rooms. But in order to keep what I had, so let me rewind. In order to keep my recovery going and stay focused and stay on my path, I have to find time.
Mhm.
Because if I don't find time to do this, then I'll definitely find time to go get high or to go
Right.
back to my
Exactly.
old ways. Because if you put even a half of the amount of work you put into your addiction, into your recovery, you can do this.
Yeah.
I heard about
Mhm.
that. You know, someone told me if I put a fraction of effort into my recovery as I did getting high, then I will be just fine.
Yes.
Mhm.
And it's true.
Yeah, it is.
So
Was
you're
true,
so
yeah,
you're up and
for
down
me.
ladders all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got big
With-
calves.
But I do flat roofing, so I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't tell you nothing about shingles. Don't know the concept.
Yeah, but like
of
up
it.
and down ladders. You got some.
Yeah,
strong
but how do
calves
you do
then.
that with that
Nah.
big boot on your
No,
foot?
I haven't been to work for a while. 'cause I'm injured.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw you last week.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember the boot.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
me.
There you go. Big dog boot.
So Ryan's got a question for you.
Okay.
I do. Okay, now just put me on the spot here.
Ask
Damn.
away.
Well, you didn't ask anything
let's
off at
shoot.
last guest, so
Well, we were busy.
we were.
We
We
were
were
busy.
talking. There was some serious stuff going on.
It was good stuff.
It was. What's your favorite item that you've bought this year? 2025 so far.
My car.
What kind of car?
Oh, you bought a car.
I got a 2017 Ford Fusion, and I love it.
Hey, that's a
Sweet.
big deal. Getting
Yeah.
but you know, like you're talking about, you got out of prison, you got a job, you have a steady job, right?
Yep, been there for almost 3 years.
And then
Well,
now
two
you
and
got
a
a
half.
car.
I'll say.
Yeah, that's almost 3.
yeah, Yeah.
That's closer to 3 than 1.
yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yes.
Ryan.
I love that math.
So now that you are showing some of the gifts that are able to be obtained in recovery, you know, the steady job, where are you living right now?
So I'm living. I'd rather not say the location live, but
Oh, that's fine.
We don't
I live
want your
about an hour
address.
away from the cities, and I love it. I love the drive to and from. It's peaceful. The neighborhood I'm in is quiet. It's peaceful. It's just
Is it your own place?
no.
That's fine.
No.
You got a place though,
I
right?
got a room for
You,
rent.
got,
Yes.
you got a roof over your head.
You got a roof over your head. So,
And-
but you're paying for the rent there, right?
Yeah, oh,
So
yeah.
it's your own spot.
Oh yeah, I
So
pay
you-
all my bills. Nobody else.
Look at that.
Nice.
See, that's a big deal.
That's
You're paying
some
all your
pride,
bills.
right?
You
That's
got-
some
you
good
got your
pride.
And I
place.
pay them on time too. I ain't delayed or late on none of it.
That's cool.
That's a big
good
deal.
Oh,
feeling.
yeah, for me, because I've never been like that. To be honest with you, I put it off. I'll get it next check. I'll get it the next month or whatever. But now I'm just to the point to where, you know, I have to take care of these things. I have to, you know, have discipline. I have to practice, you know, honoring the commitments I make to myself.
There you
Because if
go.
I don't honor my commitments, how can I empower anyone else if I didn't honor my commitments first?
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
I
oh, yeah.
love that.
You got two
You got
mic
two.
drops
You
from
did.
Ryan tonight.
Two. Dude,
Do you
That's-
know if
that's
there's
my only
anybody
job
else
here.
behind you, or are you the
Yes,
last one?
yeah,
There is.
there's
Okay.
one more.
So then I'm going to give you the opportunity to plug whatever you want.
Okay.
And it can be a restaurant, it can be a place, it can be
a feeling,
a feeling,
Ah.
it can be a meeting, a thought,
a
whatever you
cartoon
want.
character.
I'll say this. I'll just do a quote. 2 of them. Okay. Is that
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely
All
good.
right. One of them is Lost my train of thought.
You're good. You're good, man. You're good.
So something I used to always do in life was I used to always look for the bad in people, right?
Mm.
But I recently heard a quote. It says, "Seek evil of no one until one see it. For one see it, don't forget, because once an enemy can never be a friend." Now, what that means is like always look for the good in someone. Don't look for the bad, because not all people are bad. Wait for them to show you who they are. Allow people to present themselves for who they are. Don't expect nothing.
I like that.
I like that.
Mhm.
That was good.
Yeah.
Well, was this your first time on the show, or were you on last
In
week with Ryan?
This location, yes. I
He
used to do
wasn't
it
on
at the
last
other
week.
location.
Oh, so you've been on the Friday show?
Yes.
Okay.
Never a Wednesday.
Yeah, 2 different shows.
Yes.
So one is Attitude Forget, but we are, of course, Rule 62.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming on Rule 62 for your first time. Next time when I call out for volunteers, I hope that you'll give us your endorsement and maybe jump on again.
I love the mic and the camera. Hello.
Thanks, Fabian.
Sweet.
This was good. I started off when I announced the show. I just immediately asked, and I said I need 7 volunteers. And then I made people raise their hands.
This
was
was a
smart.
good show so far.
Hey, Jake.
It's a really good show. I think this is probably like one of the best shows we've had.
Jake, what's your favorite sandwich?
My favorite sandwich.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
You look like you like sandwiches.
I
But
do
that's
like.
it.
I know you. I
sandwiches.
know that about you, though.
I do like sandwiches. So well, my favorite sandwich is probably, it's simple. You know, I like Italians. You know, the
Like Italian people in sandwiches.
Oh
No,
my,
I've never
that's
tried
weird.
that.
Yeah, I said it. He said he likes Italians.
You know, like pepperoni, salami, capicola.
you like Italian sandwiches.
Italian sandwiches.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I also like chicken bacon ranch sandwiches
Okay, that's 2.
and turkey bacon avocado.
That's 3. You just like I like sandwiches.
I love sandwiches.
We have a new guest.
Hi there.
Hi,
What's your name? A little closer.
my name is Tabitha.
Tabitha, welcome
Nice to
to
meet
the
you,
show.
Tabitha.
Yeah, thank you.
What brought you to Will Work tonight?
I come every Wednesday. I go to the women's meeting and then the 7 o'clock meeting.
So you come every Wednesday,
hmm
and for the last 5 weeks, you've been hearing about our show.
Yes.
And tonight was the night that you decided that you were going to go on. What was different?
My ride. He was just on. So
Okay, so then when he said he was going to go on the show, you were like, well,
no,
I guess
he looked at me first and he said, "Is there any way you can stay?" I said, my curfew is like 11 o'clock. So yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. So that worked out.
Yep.
Well, if you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would you choose?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Any cartoon character.
I know.
Maybe we have to separate it. It looks like you have a lot
Like-
to choose from. Maybe you separated it. Let's separate
By
it like
decade.
I was thinking decade or like moments. Like for me, it'd be moments. Like
It
like-
would have to be one of the characters from like the oh my god, I can't. A Bugs Bunny show.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of
okay.
those.
Okay,
I'd have to pick one of those. I don't
just
know which
any of
one.
them.
Yeah.
Like Wile E. Coyote.
Marvin the Martian.
No.
No,
Who was the
Marvin.
rooster?
I actually like
I said, boy.
I can't remember his name.
I like the Tasmanian devil.
I like him too.
Oh yeah, yeah, that right. My dad collected Tasmanian devil memorabilia. It's
Oh,
all
yeah?
over his dash.
That's smart.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we got that on camera. I am. So
we did not
glad.
get it on camera.
Yeah,
we
you're
did.
right there.
Holy
Yeah.
buckets!
Yeah, I've
See
had
the
you
cameras?
and our guests on camera all night
But that's okay.
because they see me and Ryan all the time.
And nobody
Because
wants. Nobody
you know
wants
we
to see
can
us.
make a fool out of ourselves and it'll be okay.
Listen, as long as I have hair, I don't care what I look like. I'll do all kinds.
As long
of weird
as you have
things. As long
hair?
as I have hair, because I spent the last like 5 years without hair.
Oh,
That's
okay, that makes
right.
more
Yeah,
sense.
She mentioned that a couple weeks
I
ago.
don't
ripped
remember
all
that.
my hair out in a sad psychosis because I'm a nut job.
But now you have beautiful natural hair.
I
Yeah,
wish I
just a
could
year grow
I
out.
wish I could do that to mine.
Do what? Rip it all out?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I got
It's
way
not
too
fun.
much.
I mean, scissors work good. Haircuts are better than ripping
No.
chunks of your
I,
flesh
I
out.
I can brush my hair and it's like hair all every time.
At
If-
least you have hair, though.
That
If,
was
if my mom watches this show, she is going to say, "I love her hair." I'm talking about you.
Yeah,
Oh.
you got pretty
Because
hair.
She,
Because I have The red hair.
Yes,
Yes.
and that's what she was. And so every time she sees somebody that with red hair, she is just enthralled with them. Like my friend's grandmother, she thinks that she's the most beautiful, not the most, but one of the most beautiful human beings that she's ever met. And then her grandson has bright red hair and a little red beard thing on his
Beard
chin.
thing.
Yeah, beard thing.
You sound very judgmental about
Is it
somebody's
like a
beard.
soul patch.
But
No,
now,
it's just on the like chin. It's just on its short hair. It's a little beard thing.
well, with me being a
Sight-
redhead, I am the only redhead in the family.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
That is interesting.
I have a red beard sometimes when the light hits it, and my mom likes that.
Captain Redbeard.
Isn't that from something?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Okay, cool. Right on. But yeah, she you walked in here. I'm like, oh, my mom's gonna love that hair if she watches this.
So you had mentioned that you've been coming to Will Work like dedicatedly, right?
Yeah, I've been coming to Woolwork since January.
Since January. Now, are you from here or did you move up
I
here?
grew up in I grew up in Minneapolis.
Okay.
I grew up over out the south side.
And that's currently where you're staying now, right?
Yes.
Southside? Okay.
But I've moved around. I've moved out of state during my youth, and yeah, it was horrible.
What other states have you lived in?
I've lived in Florida, Texas, Alabama. Yeah, those are it.
Out of those three, which one did you like the most?
Probably Florida.
What did you like about it?
I was there the longest.
Okay.
That,
And also that little music that you made, Jake, that would be for the Florida Panhandle, not Alabama.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know. I always,
swamps.
I always figure Alabama and banjos.
Yeah.
Oh, the swamps. of
So when you
Florida.
lived in
Sweet tea
when you
on
lived in
the wrapper on the
Florida,
porch.
did you ever pet an alligator?
I did not see an alligator.
Nice.
Really?
I lived down there for 2 years.
I never saw an alligator.
Where in
Never
Florida?
saw an alligator. I lived about an hour away from Panama City.
Panama.
I like how you both immediately were like, a high five is the next thing we do. there wasn't one that
was
put their
awesome,
hand up.
guys. Yeah.
Almost like it was planned.
So,
All right, so
I
now-
lived about an hour away from Tallahassee.
Okay.
I lived about 20 minutes from the Alabama border. I
is that
lived
what
in-
brought you to Alabama?
No.
Okay.
No, the guy that I was seeing at the time, that's where he's from.
Okay.
So
Wait a minute. I have a question.
Oh.
I think that you and I have already discussed this because you and I are pals, and so we've discussed things. But I forgot because I got bad memory. You're primarily from the southern states, right?
no, I'm from here.
Oh, that's
Minnesota.
right. You did say that.
I am
Oh, that's
from here,
right.
Minnesota. I was born and raised in Minneapolis.
Okay, well, never mind. That negates the question I was going to ask.
I have a question. Amongst those three states, what's the worst job you had?
I didn't.
You didn't have a job?
I didn't have a job at
Oh,
any of those 3 states.
okay. Well,
Is
that
there
negates
anybody
my
else
question.
after you?
No,
No, you're the
No,
last one.
Yeah, she's
I
the
am.
last one.
So then I don't have to give Ray a warning.
No, we're really gonna
We
gonna
can dig.
yeah, just get in there and figure things out. Like what's your cell phone wallpaper?
my kids, or no, my grandkids.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Love that.
How long have you been a grandma?
I've been a grandma for almost 5 years.
Oh, how many grandkids?
2,
That's awesome.
and they're both girls.
That's
Oh.
awesome.
That's great.
Mhm.
I was told by some women at a sober house that I was managing at the time that when my baby mama was pregnant, they said, "You're gonna be a great girl dad," and I'm like, "Why?" Oh yes, love that.
So
Love
are,
Miss
are you
Sassy.
are you a bake cookies kind of grandma, or are you let's go on an adventure kind of grandma?
She's give him sugar kind of grandma and
You
send him
give him
back.
sugar?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like adventure, but I'm not that adventure type of person.
Okay.
That's because I've been using for like 25 years.
Mhm.
Well, actually a lot longer than that. It's been like about 30, almost 30 years. So I didn't really do any adventures or anything like that. So
What's an adventure to you?
going like camping and all that.
Okay, so something overnight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom likes to say to my daughter, "We're going on an adventure," and then she takes her to
Like Walmart.
a new park.
Oh.
Or takes her to we're going on a zoo adventure, or we're going on a new restaurant adventure, and she always did that for me when I was a kid too. I thought that like everybody talked like that until I got older and I got made fun of once by people.
Every time I leave my house, it's an adventure.
I feel like
It really is. It really is.
I
never know
have
what's
a
gonna
know
happen.
feeling that everywhere you go is an
guess
adventure.
I
If
can see
anybody else
myself
said
being
that-
on an adventure every time I leave my house.
If anybody else had said that, I wouldn't have given it a second thought. But the fact that you said that, I couldn't help but giggle.
Everywhere you go seems like it's going to be an adventure.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I frequently end up dirty for no reason. Like I don't know what I get into, but I'm like climb trees and find turtles at random
And
parks.
that's just a visit to the Mall of America.
Right. Yeah. On a Monday morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have trees big enough there to climb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do climb stuff even if it's not trees. I don't know why.
There's lots of things to climb there.
Well, you're
Let's
having
go to
lots
the-
of fun and exploring.
I want to figure out how
I
to
think it's
take this
because I
show
was
on the
such a
road.
lazy tweaker. I think that's why. Really,
Making
really
up for
was.
lost time.
Yes.
I think we need to figure out how to take this show on the road so that we can watch Rambo Barbie climb things.
It would be so fun.
Or at least like be able to like follow her with a camera and then like upload
Yeah, let's take the show on the road.
clips.
Rambo
Yeah.
Barbie Adventures.
Exactly.
Adventure.
Yes. Adventures in AA and NA.
Yeah, there we go.
Sober Adventures with Rambo Barbie.
Yeah.
There
We
we
go to our
go.
next segment.
Yep.
That might be a thing.
We could
Hey.
absolutely turn this into like a news type show, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's not depressing or boring.
Right.
That'd be
But
great.
and not talk about real news.
And we'll talk about things that are news to us.
Oh yeah. Well, that would be good.
What's today in news? She climbed to the second story when
Of an abandoned building, but we got clearance first.
abandoned. Oh
Those are
goodness!
the best.
Today's breaking news: blind people run faster than paraplegics.
Wait, I'm gonna think about this. The blind people run faster. Oh, that was so wrong. Oh wow.
I'm also not wrong.
No, you're correct.
That
That's
was like-
what-
that
that's
was
what
like-
makes it
Very
so
correct.
wrong.
That was like Windows 98 processing speed.
Listen, you'd think that just because I'm in college, I'd be smart. I'm not.
In the college isn't like immediate thought. College is you get to take time and think about stuff, right?
Go
No.
on, take the money and run. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. You have to study. You have to study.
You think in songs.
I do.
I like that.
So, what have you been doing recently for? Have you been trying anything new, or are you doing anything for your recovery that you haven't tried before?
Not really.
Okay, so you're just keeping with consistency.
Yeah. I'm in a relationship.
Ooh. For how long?
We've been in the relationship for almost 2 years.
Okay.
So we've used together too.
Mhm.
But we're both walking the recovery road.
Good.
So and it's going pretty good.
That's
good.
That's fantastic. And probably a lot happier with the grandkids then, since not using.
Well, he's not their grandpa, but
No, I mean you.
well, yeah. I don't get to see my grandkids all that often. My daughter is kind of mad at me for using and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's normal.
she had me come down one weekend to babysit my grandkids, and I ended up going home the next day because she did something that was horrible, and and she actually apologized to me after, like on Monday.
Okay.
She apologized to me. I went home Saturday.
Mhm.
She apologized to me Monday and told me it was wrong. She didn't know that it's a whole story.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sounds like something you're not trying to reveal all of right
Right.
now.
well, no,
And that's okay.
Well, my
But you're able to communicate, and
Yeah,
end up
and
getting
it
on
was-
better terms. It's
and how I reacted to it was actually pretty good. And that's different.
That's a gift of the
it
program.
is.
That's a gift
Yeah.
of recovery.
I wouldn't have been able to do that in the last time I came through.
Yeah, personally, I think communication, like gaining that skill, is such a blessing. But then being able to not have the reactions like you were talking about and react differently makes it even easier to communicate. So sharing that with us is a big deal. People don't always. I remember when I used to ask you, Ryan, about like, when do I stop reacting out of spite?
Ooh.
I still react out of spite.
What did I say?
It wasn't. There was nothing there. It was just more of a, keep doing your steps, something along those lines.
Okay. That sounds kind of like something I would say.
Right.
Well, what precisely is something more like what you would say? Because like what?
You look very suspicious of me right now.
I am. Like, why are you being weird? Just to say it.
Say the weird thing.
Say the
Say
weird.
the weird thing. What is our weird thing?
Well, I would have said something to you like, you just don't run away. Just keep doing what you're doing. And before you know it, you'll realize that you haven't done that for a while.
Oh, like you were saying earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how it happens. You don't notice that everybody else sees the change before you do. Everybody else notices it before you do, because we spend all this time comparing our insides to other people's outsides, and it's not necessarily even their true outsides. It's
What they portray.
the stage character
Yeah.
that they
Mhm.
present to the world or to us. And a lot of people, like we are different people in different places. So we compare how we feel to what we are presented with from other people,
Mhm.
which a lot of times is a lie anyways. And that's it's that can cause big feelings in a lot of different directions, and they're all usually negative feelings. So it's always the same answer. And if you need something more specific, put your head down and follow the person in front of you. Follow your sponsor. Just put your head down and follow the person that is irritatingly happy that you said, I want what you have, and just do what they say to do next. Don't have to worry about the results of it at all. Don't have to believe in it. If the only thing that I did right is I didn't leave. That's it. I walked through my steps with my sponsor. I've sponsored plenty of people. The only thing that I did right, like 100% right, was I didn't leave. That's it.
That's right.
No, I'm not special in any way.
And I've actually started stealing that saying from you. It's like, I'm not special. I just didn't leave this time. Because I've left before.
Yeah.
I've left many times. Like I said, I've actually been in recovery I've been in and out of recovery for 25 years.
Mhm.
So
Is there anything different about this
Me
time?
too, I think.
this time was a lot harder than any of the other times I've been through.
Harder to stay sober or harder to get back in?
Both.
Okay. Why was it harder to stay? That's what I'm more interested in.
Well, not really harder to stay. It was harder to get sober.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
More.
I fully believe
'Cause
it's easier to stay sober than it is to get sober.
I say that
Well,
frequently.
But see, I started this whole thing back in October of last year. I only have going on 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
5 months is a long time.
That's a good start.
Don't say only.
Yeah, don't say
5
only.
months is a
I'm
big
just
deal because
saying,
there's somebody
because-
that can't even fathom 2 days.
5
right now.
minutes.
Yeah. But I struggled for the first 3 months. So
And now,
It-
but you don't struggle today.
But now you have
I don't
5.
struggle today.
You
Yes.
struggled for the first 3 months. Now you have 5.
Because I consistently used,
Mhm.
and I'm on probation. So my probation officer is really cool, and she worked with me. So, and I told her
Will your probation officer believe that you went on a podcast?
probably not.
Mine would.
You can share the link.
Yeah, she'll definitely. Mine will definitely want to see it.
That statement that you said is actually incredibly powerful. That it was the hardest that you've ever had to stay sober. The first 3 months this time was the hardest that it's ever been for you.
Yeah.
And then you follow that up with and I've been sober 5 months.
Yep.
That reason that's going to be incredibly powerful. And so I can say a lot, like I can say a lot of things. I've been sober for 23 years. I have a ton of experience behind me, but that's daunting to somebody who's new. I remember being in my first year and listening to some guys say, and I've been 20 plus 30, 40, whatever, 10, even 5 year. And I'm like, oh, no. And it was, what do you call intimidating. It was intimidating.
It was. I mean, I can honestly say it was intimidating.
But when I was at 1 month and I heard somebody with, it was somebody with 6 months, but I'm going to say 5. And I heard somebody with 5 months talk about how, and it was a simple thing where they got really angry and they started on their normal path of this is the next thing, and it wasn't without thinking. This is my next action. This is the next place I go, and he was describing it footstep by footstep, and he said, and for some reason I pivoted and I grabbed my phone and I called my sponsor, and I'm sober, and I'm shocked by it.
And it wasn't because I called my sponsor. It was because I called people in the program.
Same thing. Yeah.
So
doing something different gets you something different. But because you've been sober for 5 months now, that person, and I guarantee you they're around you at every meeting, that person that is sober for less than you, that is like, I don't know how I'm going to make it for another day or a week. You say that one simple little thing, that gives them hope. Boom.
And well, I was coming here while I was getting high too. So, and I honestly told on myself because I was struggling.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, just keep coming back. Just keep coming back.
And you did.
And I did. And well, part of it is because I am on probation, but most of it is because I really want it.
And that's a big deal. That's
you're
the most important
networking.
aspect.
I see you networking. You're making a lot of good connections with the females in this program, and that's really good.
See, that is a lot different. I did not go to a women's meeting last time I was in recovery. I went to 2218, which is not a very good place to go.
Been helpful to a lot of people.
It has.
I know.
Everybody.
It doesn't.
It wasn't your cup of tea.
It wasn't my cup of tea. I do go to certain meetings there, but I don't stay afterwards. I don't really associate with.
You get what you need and you go.
Yeah, exactly.
And every place is not for everybody.
Yeah.
And I only go to NA meetings there now.
Okay.
And before I was going to the AA meetings. Which I'm not an alcoholic. I'm an addict. But it's all the same. So
it is.
It definitely
is for sure. I mean, if
I take a drink, I know I'm going to want my drug of choice.
I mean, if you put every drug in the world on this table and a bunch of alcohol and locked me in this room with it, I don't know how long it's going to take, but eventually I'm going to use things. I'm going to choose some things first, but I'm not leaving anything on the table.
Oh, me. Yeah. I went to either. I went either. Yeah.
I like to refer to myself as a pig in that respect.
Oink. Well, before I kick you off, do you got anything you want to plug? You can plug anything. It can be a meeting. It can be a job. It can be a place. It can be a saying, a quote, a book,
a feeling that you've been having or want to have. The sky is the limit. Your imagination is your only limit.
It could be Rambo Barbie.
I guess I can plug a meeting.
Yeah.
I go to a Thursday night AA meeting. It's a speaker meeting. It's at the Methodist Baptist Church on Lindale and Oak Grove.
One night.
What's it called?
Thursday night. It's called Central Pacific Lutheran.
I've heard of that one.
It's a really, really good meeting. Honestly, that is my home group. That's been my home group for about 10 years.
CP's a strong club. Strong
It is.
Yes. So
is that the one where they dress up?
Some people do.
Okay.
Yeah, some people do. When you speak or when you're the
presenter or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not the present. Yeah. they
Trusted
do
servant
that.
of some
Or
kind.
yeah.
If
I
you
mean,
if you have a job there, they want you to
I
to
don't.
look-
I don't dress up, and I have a job there.
I'm wrong.
I flicker the lights.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
And it's important to be part of. You know?
yeah.
So I appreciate you coming on. Will you ever come on our show again, or did we intimidate you too much?
No, I will actually come back again.
Wonderful.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, again thank you for coming on Rule 62.
Yeah.
And we definitely enjoyed having you on here. And on your way out, you tell Ray it's his turn to come on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tabitha.
Yep.
So I
Heather
had-
Young volunteered as tribute. She's going to go on the road.
Oh, are you looking at the comments?
Yep.
Yeah.
so I have a bad dad joke.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Yes.
There's 3 moles running in a forest. There's a daddy mole, a mama mole, and a baby mole. And the daddy mole is running first. He runs into a tree and he says, I smell pancakes. And the mama mole, close behind him, smacks into the back of him and says, I smell blueberries. And the baby mole runs in the back of the mama and says, I smell molasses.
Good. Love that.
Hey, Ray.
Hello.
Ray, our trusted servant.
Yes, I got something I want one of you to read for me.
What do you got?
Here,
Is it a joke?
no,
Oh, okay.
it's not a joke.
Is
It's
it?
what a girl wrote to me.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
I'm going to read it.
Starts right there.
Is it going to get us in trouble, Ray?
No,
You want me to read it out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
and it really rocked my boat.
And just before you start reading that, I do want to plug Ray really quick because he did a fantastic job of rotating our speakers and keeping people here. And, he'd look through the window and I'd give him the sign and he'd get everybody corralled. Just phenomenal job. And thank you, Ray, for taking on this commitment. You're doing a wonderful job.
Why are you
Thank
having
you.
me read this or one of us read this?
Because a girl read it to me. She
Yeah,
sent it
I
to
know
me
that. But why?
Because it built my self-esteem.
Gotcha. Okay. It says, I want nighttime together, sleeping, waking up together. I want to be with you just to be with you. I want to spend time with you to make memories. I want to spend endless flower. Amount. It's
Flower.
emojis. Amount of time with you. I want you on your good day and on your worst day. I want to comfort you and I want to cheer you up. I want you to be with me in the dark, to hold me, to love me when these emojis are throwing me off. To love me, to help me when I got scared. And there is a picture of flowers.
Barbie's face is great right now.
Yeah.
I just was thinking about the time.
So, Ray, do you got a girlfriend now or what's going on?
No, that's just one of the girls on the online.
Okay.
But it moved me that she felt that way, that she would put it into writing for me.
It feels nice to be wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels nice.
So,
It's the
how-
nicest things anybody said to me in a long time. Let's put it that way.
that's
All
awesome.
right.
So, how was the waiting lobby, or what would we call it, the green room?
Yeah, it was all right.
Like green.
The green room. I love
I
that.
don't know. We don't.
Yeah, it worked out well today.
The
Yeah,
dressing
Lots of
room.
girls. It was good.
Yeah, having women on our show is incredibly impactful.
Yeah, I
It's
believe so.
really good. We get a lot more viewers. We have a lot more engagement.
Did you have more viewers tonight?
What's that?
How were the viewers?
Oh, we've been steady the whole night. When we
They're
have,
still viewing.
they're still viewing.
Yay. I love you, viewers.
They'll come back now for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we get a lot of views the next day if on our thumbnail there's women on the show. So
Yeah.
it helps.
That's it. Next time I'm going to get a red, I'm going to get a red silk tie to tie around my forehead. And I'm going to bring in my machete.
I love it.
There
Yeah.
you
I
go.
love it.
Yeah.
So I have to be really nice to you then, because you'll have a machete.
So did any interesting conversations go on out there while you were corralling everybody?
Yeah, they were upset. Some people were upset.
About waiting.
No, not about waiting, about their own personal problems. No.
Okay, so nobody had any issues with our show.
No.
That's good. That's a plus.
Well,
Yeah.
do you know what the least spoken language in the world is?
I don't know.
Sign language.
Really?
Yep.
Because it's not spoken.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Dad jokes.
Listen, how does a samurai kill a non-binary person? They/them. You're welcome.
Yes. Yes. You just mic dropped yourself.
I did. I did that.
so how was the meeting tonight, Ray?
It was good.
Yeah. Anything? I believe they had a topic on relationships, didn't they?
Yeah.
So you've been around for a little while. You got
Forever,
yeah,
yeah.
you got a few days behind you.
No.
You've probably seen a few people that jump into relationships very early in sobriety.
And crash and burn. Yeah, I've seen that happen.
See, I didn't even set you up to say that. You did
I've
it.
seen some people succeed.
Yeah.
I have also seen some people I've seen some people thrive, but it's not the rule.
No.
It's
Right.
it's by
an
far the
exception.
exception.
Yeah.
When they're early in sobriety, even if one of them has been around for a minute and the other one's new, usually that's a big crash and burn for a lot of reasons. But I have seen one of those work and work well.
One.
Yep.
In your 23 years.
Yep. One.
So yeah.
So there's hope. I mean, I don't
So
care.
you're
but
saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
I really try to never deal in absolutes. I try to never deal in absolutes.
Well, that's always positive.
Yeah.
I'm working on that. Still
Because
black and white.
I've predicted and been so sure that people were going to make it and then they leave. I've been so sure that people were going to leave and then they stay. I've been so sure that XYZ would happen and then the opposite happens.
Right.
The longer I'm around, the more my three favorite words make sense and take hold of everything is I don't know.
I kind of figured that was going to be it.
I don't know. Mhm.
I did not.
You have the new female Viagra?
What?
Female Viagra.
I had heard some business about. I don't watch news or keep up on anything. Why? Where? What?
Money.
For crying out loud. That wouldn't work for me. I've been broke my whole life. I don't give a shit about money. I don't even like money. It's dirty. It's been in every stripper's ass crack. It's been every crackhead's nose. It's been every booger handling dirty little kids' fingers. God, I don't like money. I've seen what it does to people. Seen what it does to relationships, empires. I'm good.
So you've only seen the negative things.
I haven't seen too much good that money's done.
Okay. I've seen some good things that it's done.
Well, that's good. I'm really glad for you. For
I'm
that.
not seeing only good things. I'm not going to argue that money is great and everybody should have money. It really depends on the person. It depends
bought
on
me a big book.
It depends on what people do with it. Yeah, it bought me a big book. I mean, I gave my daughter a birthday party with it.
I'm just saying in general.
Sure. But yes, money
I
is
think
dirty.
we should go back to cinnamon
Yeah.
as a currency. That was the original currency. Did you know that?
No, I did
On the
not.
Silk Road, it was cinnamon.
I would like tulips to be our currency.
But they die so fast.
That's why they're valuable.
Yeah, you have to keep growing them.
Incense and
They
myrrh.
only last for like 2 weeks. Yeah.
So if you have a lot of them at the same time,
They're all gonna die at once.
You're
flush.
rich. Yeah, you're flush. What do you call a dictionary on drugs? High definition.
Oh, yeah, I get that. Yeah, it took me a second. Yeah.
That's fun. I have a dad joke app. I'm cheating.
Oh my gosh!
I'm happy to cheat.
I want to
All
start
right,
mom
so
jokes.
before we so let's get ready to close out our show. I'm going to ask everybody a question that I like.
Wait, I need to plug something that a pastor told me.
You want to plug now?
No, I'm going to plug something later, but right now I'm going to plug something a pastor told me. You got to let me do it, Jake.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine then.
We're listening.
Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
The pastor said that?
Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I feel like that's not. Those colors don't rhyme. None of that shit made sense. That's like wiping before you poop.
Well, sometimes you got to clear a path.
Do you pour the milk before you eat cereal?
Sometimes
That's weird.
Oh, this is a good question for Rambo Barbie.
Oh,
I
God.
tried it. I tried doing that one time because I
Milk
heard
before
somebody
the
say,
cereal?
tried it. Yeah. Wasn't my cup of tea.
It's because it was milk.
It wasn't my bowl of milk either.
Yeah.
All right, Barbie, if you won the lottery and you got $100 million next week, what would you do with it?
I would first buy my mom a house. And then I would buy a piece of land big enough for, I've never had all 4 of my kids in the same room at the same time with me in it as well. I would buy a piece of land big enough for all of us to be able to come and be together. And then I would open up a nonprofit of some sort or something. I don't know how they work, but I would open up something and call it like EJ's Place or something, or like Come to Mom's House, where like whatever your thing is, whatever your soul is tired from, you can come and get respite and have like every month have like a different, because like there's lawyers that have to do a certain amount of pro bono work, there's dentists that have to do a certain amount of free work, there's all these things, and like have a financial advisor come in this month, and have a dentist come in and offer cheaper, free, or low cost services for this day once a month or whatever. And like there would be on-site stuff there, like food and like little activities, and it would be like a will work, but like mine. But mine. But mine. And there would be animals there of all different kinds. Then you could come and have your little therapies, and they would offer EMDR, and you could come and cry on my shoulder if you want.
Would it be a giraffe? Would you have a giraffe?
Oh my God. Yep.
There'd be a giraffe there.
If my tongue was black. Yeah. And I would whap people with my neck. Yeah, we should get a giraffe for will work. 2 of them.
I don't think that's a good idea at all. I want to know if there's going to be a giraffe at your compound.
I would love that. Only
I
wouldn't
would
be a
too.
compound, because that sounds
Well, whatever it's called.
scary. That sounds like House of 1,000 Corpses. Compound.
Oh,
I'm good. I don't want to be in a compound.
that's not where my head went.
All right, Ray.
All right.
Who is the one person who has been most influential in your life and why?
I have that question on here. too.
Yeshua Christ.
Wait, what now happened?
Yeshua
Oh,
Christ.
Jesus, Murphy.
Yeah, that's his real name. Yeshua. So
Joshua?
That sounds like Yiddish for Joshua.
It does.
pretty close.
I like how the little questions are like, they're like, what do you get them in those prize
Oh,
cookies that
he's
you
got
get
'em
from the
on the
Chinese
paper.
place? What are they called? A fortune cookie. Those are like bigger fortune cookie things.
They are a little bit
His,
bigger than
his are different,
Uh,
and he
Right.
brought those with him. Those are his. He owns
I did
them.
not.
I don't own
These
these.
are from
He owns them.
I do not.
They're his.
They're
He's got the copyright on them.
Those are his original thoughts.
they're
Yeah.
also from the Friday show.
okay.
This is from the Wednesday show because I'm holding it and it's Wednesday and it's our show.
Yeah.
Shmee.
Shmee. What about Shmee?
All right, Ryan. What has been your hardest habit to break, and have you been successful?
Habit?
Mhm.
Tobacco. That
And
was
you've
my
been-
Ick,
hardest.
how'd you quit?
I got tired of it.
Oh,
That's
I don't
it.
even like that answer.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it, but I'm still
Well, no, it,
sucking
it-
these down
it-
like Darjeeling.
So
Darcy.
so I smoked for a long time, and then I got tired of it because it started to taste gross all the time, not just some of the time. It started to feel bad all the time, not just some of the time. I
Mhm.
started to feel sick all the time, not just some of the time, but
Mhm.
more. It didn't feel good when I was smoking anymore. So then I switched to chew. And I did that for however many years I did that. And I did that until I didn't like it anymore. It tasted bad. So I was married at the time, and I came home and I said, I used to drive over to Wisconsin and get a big tub because they still hadn't started taxing those astronomically yet.
Mhm.
I get a big tub. It was like 12 cans, 12 tins. And I had
Oh, yeah, and the big roll pack.
no,
No,
it was just a big tub full of chew.
really.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's would you, because it was the equivalent of 12 tins
Back in my day.
back in my day. But this was I can't remember. I can never remember the date. She always remembered the date for me, but it was in February, and I think it was 2019. Pretty sure it was 2019.
Timothy David says hi, everybody.
Hello, Timothy David. And I came home
hello.
I came home one day and I said, I'm done chewing. And no, I had a conversation with her. I don't know how long before that about physical craving and the mental habit and all that and quitting. And she's like, "Are you going to do that forever?" Because she hated it. And I was like, "No, are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm positive. I'm not going to do this forever. And once I start hating it, then I'll stop doing it." And so I came home and I said that, and she goes, "See you in 3 days. You sleep downstairs." And I said, "Already on it," because I was going to be a prick for 3 days, and I was. So I kept myself really busy away from people that I had to live with, or that I really liked. So
It's a good idea.
I was around my guys a lot, and I told them I quit chewing, and one of them said, "Well, that's a horrible idea," and he put a dip in his lip. He said, "If you want some, I'll give you a whole tin." And I was like, "You're an asshole."
Marty says, "Hi, kids." Or sup, kids.
Marty
McFly.
Marty Loken.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Marty Tuma. I was gonna say Marty Tuma.
He's a Facebook viewer.
What up, Marty?
We like Marty.
We love Marty.
I don't know Marty. I can't say if I like him.
We love him anyway. We love all people.
That made me think of a song. He
Unconditionally.
loves me anyway.
You're like the
Like
songbird of our
nothing in
generation.
life that I've ever known. Yes, you love me. And no, you know that song, right?
Is it a gospel
Oh, yeah,
song?
you showed me that
Christian
song.
music. Yeah, I did show you that song.
You did. I know that song.
That's a good song.
Why are we all looking at me?
I don't know. You're a beautiful man.
I don't have any questions to ask myself.
I have questions. You want me to ask you a question? You got to say something. You got to speak up
Let's
for
do
yourself.
it. Let's do it. Let's ask him a
Mr. Up.
question.
Fire out a question.
What's that?
Fire out a question.
Fire out a
Yeah.
question.
Pick a good one, Doe.
In the movie of your life, who
Ooh,
plays you?
You knew that was coming.
Dead or alive? Can they be dead or are they alive?
Use your imagination.
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley plays
I
you.
love that. Yes, that was bad.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Why?
Why?
Is it because he was a drug addict and died
No.
and succumbed to
No.
this disease, so you didn't have to?
No.
No, but I
Just
like the way you
because
put that.
A lot of people have compared my personality to Chris Farley, and I'm like, I used to fight
Who?
it a lot. So back in the day, Kenny B, who's now in Mississippi.
Yeah, I know who
used
that
to
is.
say that.
He
And
why?
I don't know.
Is it because you're a big guy?
Maybe it could be my size, and it
'Cause I
could
don't think
be
it's your
the
personality at
the
all.
obnoxiousness that I used to have.
Used to.
I'm still a little obnoxious.
It's the
I've
same.
never
obnoxious,
once
though.
seen you obnoxious ever.
See, look at that.
It's in a fun way.
So
You like it.
and then
I just don't. I've never. I mean, I'm obnoxious.
and
I've never
recently
seen it out
some
of Jake.
some people from my home group is also like jokingly said like you're like the sober Chris Farley, and I'm like, oh, thank you.
Jeez, I would disagree with that.
Yeah.
So Chris Farley, because like of the resemblance. Otherwise, like
I would think he could play you though, because he was actually a good actor.
yeah.
He was. Yeah.
He was typecast a lot.
Otherwise, for a typecast, just because I liked this actor and I know it wouldn't fit me, Dennis Leary.
Right on.
Or Bill Burr.
Or Bill Burr.
Wait a minute. Who's that one guy?
Marty says Michael J.
What's that guy?
because
What's
he
that guy?
shakes.
Who's the guy that doesn't? Burt Kreschler.
Burt Kreischer.
Yeah. Guy
Yeah.
that don't wear no shirt.
Yeah, his whole shtick is I take off my shirt
And then I tell a
and
story
I'm covered
about,
in hair.
I tell a story about when I was in Russia.
Yeah, that's a good place to not wear a shirt in Russia.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's mandatory there for men to not wear shirts there.
Yeah, and ride sharks.
So
Haven't you ever seen those Photoshop pictures of Putin riding a shark with his shirt off and he's like lassoed the great white shark? It's hilarious.
That's an old pic.
So it's still hilarious.
I don't see or watch or
People send
listen,
memes to
the
me.
Only anything close to news that I see or get informed about is from my 19-year-old daughter.
That was not news. He did not do that. That was photoshopped.
Okay, well,
It was a meme.
I don't see memes either often.
That should be another segment we do, is where we print off some memes each week and show them to Rambo Barbie.
As long as they're not on camera, we could do that
We could.
because we
my
would get
face,
banned.
my face says a lot that like sometimes my mouth won't.
Exactly. That's exactly why I want to do it.
That would be great. I'm down.
All right. Well, let's plug some stuff and close her down for week 5.
You'll either make an excuse or you'll make a way.
So what are you going to plug?
That's your plug.
That's my plug. You'll either make an excuse or you're gonna make a way. That's what got me clean, and that's what keeps me clean. Well, doesn't keep me clean always, but it's a good one to say for me.
Right on.
Oh, that's deep. Me just I just go to Fiddler Eleanor a lot. Go during the day, go at night. It's open from 10 o'clock in the morning until about 10 o'clock at night. So feel free.
What are you going to plug, Jake?
Oh, you want me to plug?
Yep.
I will plug. I mean, I'm gonna go to my home group. I'm gonna plug DOA Sunday nights at Robbinsdale Alano at 6 p.m. It's definitely my home. Great meeting. We have food afterwards. Most nights. If we don't, we go out for fellowship, Perkins, other stuff like that.
The name alone has me interested.
You should come to DOA.
I think I've been there once just because of the name Dead on Arrival. Love
Yep.
that shit. I
Yeah.
love that.
It's Disciples of Apocalypse.
I used to really tick off. So there was a certain person there that doesn't go there anymore, but I would purposely try to annoy them.
It's called
And
Dirty Old Assholes.
I would say it was called Donuts Over Alcohol. And they would always come back. That's not the name.
That was a good impression.
And then I'll plug. I'm going to plug Auto Trader for your next vehicle.
Why?
Oh,
Go
yeah,
on.
why?
Go to Auto Trader for your next vehicle. Search hundreds
Oh,
of
I
new
know
and used
why.
vehicles, all from the one spot.
The
Auto
one
Trader.
spot.
Auto Trader,
That sounds like a Bible verse. The one spot.
all from one place.
Okay. I like your plugs. I understand the second one after you get started. It's my turn?
Yeah,
Everybody's
we're
done
all
with me?
looking at you, bud.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a lot of things to plug. I write things.
Oh boy.
Do and say good to the people around you. Actions must match words, or your words turn to poison to the ears that hear you.
Ooh, I like that.
And then very simply, do nice things and don't get caught.
Ooh,
Wow.
man, I used to have a prick of a sponsor that told me that stuff.
He wasn't a prick. He was really smart.
At the time, I thought he was a prick.
Yeah, but you realized he's really smart.
Yeah.
He's really good at repeating things that he hears from other people is what he's good at.
Marty wants to plug New Hope Alano.
There you go.
So he has a plug. He used the comment section correctly.
Ooh,
What?
Wow. Cool.
there's a new meeting at Will Work that started up recently.
What's it called?
I don't even know what it's called, but it's at 1 p.m. And so if you're
Oh.
bored at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, at 1 p.m. there is a meeting at Will Work for recovery. Come and check us out.
1 p.m.
Are you going to be there tomorrow? Because I'm going to be there.
What's tomorrow, Thursday?
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Friday is solidly my day to run it, but yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
It's a late for noon meeting. Yeah. Because all the meetings in the middle of the day used to be noon.
They did.
All of them. And now
fun.
it's 1 o'clock meeting, 2 o'clock meeting, 11 a.m. meeting. So it's all
You know, I'm thankful that there's meetings so often now.
Yeah.
Just because,
Now?
Well,
they've always been so many meetings in this
Well,
area.
not during COVID though.
well, back in when my first stint, we didn't have the meeting chair app, or if we did, I didn't know about it. 'cause-
Meeting chair app.
Yeah.
We didn't have apps at all.
Not that
Back
old.
in
You
my
know
day,
what we
Back
had?
in my day,
I'm not that old.
snowshoes.
No, but when you first tried, we didn't have apps. Like there was, you could have Netflix on like a device. Like I had Netflix on my Xbox 360.
You know what an app really was back in
Nobody
the day?
knew.
Was like cheese curds or like a quesadilla.
Well, I had an
Yep.
iPod Touch.
Do you know what you had though? Because I gave it to you. I made you put it in your phone.
Oh, the number to intergroup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd find any meeting you want, anytime. If you want to go to a meeting and you don't know where one is, you just call
Yeah.
that intergroup number and
Now,
say,
me-
I'm
meeting
here. I
chair-
want to go to a meeting.
Meeting Share is run by Intergroup. So they have all the stuff on there.
But it's an
Fancy.
app. They got an app.
It's an app.
Okay, that's cool. Apps are
Just-
good.
So we'll accidentally plug that.
Need to know when I can go smoke.
Apps are good.
What you want to be?
Go
done?
ahead.
No, that's okay. I'll close out.
Yeah, we're at the end of our show now.
Thank you for coming.
At the end.
I appreciate all four of you. This was fun. Each one seems to be a little different.
I think this was our best show.
I think every show's our best show.
True, but I think this was the best show.
Exactly.
It was
Next week's
entertaining.
going
I
to be the
loved it.
best.
Yeah, I look forward to next week.
The week after that's going to be even better because I'm not going to be here.
Well, that takes away our entire banter.
June 7th is the Hawaiian party with the minnow races, just so everybody's aware.
Minnow races?
There's minnow races. Yeah, June 7th at, where is it?
Boom Island.
Boom Island.
Boom Island.
Park.
Can I bring my own minnow, or do I have to use a supplied minnow?
You have to use this.
I don't even know,
We don't
but
want-
I will start.
we don't
training
want
minnows.
I know, right?
juice.
Like,
you don't want
let's
your
get
juice
minnows
in your
and
minnow.
beef them up.
Yeah, I'm gonna start juicing a minnow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach my minnow to do squats with its fins.
Well, we got Marty, you do got to remember it's on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, 8:00, we start our show and we go until at least 9:30. We try to aim for about now, so we had a good show. We'll see everybody next week on Rule 62 at 8 p.m. And if you want to be on the show, come on down to Will Work for Recovery at 4026 North Washington Avenue and be part of our show. And you will get to interact with me, Ryan, Rambo Barbie, and Ray. Until next week, everybody stay safe, and thank you again for coming on the show.
I'm much taller in person.
I'm much cuter in person.